In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, where stars glittered like scattered diamonds and civilizations rose and fell like waves on a cosmic shore, humanity was once considered insignificant. The Galactic Council, a coalition of the galaxy's most powerful species, viewed Earth as a backwater planet, its inhabitants too primitive to warrant more than a passing glance. But the Council's arrogance blinded them to one undeniable truth: humanity's potential was a spark that could ignite the stars. It began in the year 2247, when humanity first ventured beyond the confines of their solar system. The discovery of the warp drive, a technology that allowed faster-than-light travel, was a breakthrough born of desperation. Earth's resources were dwindling, and its climate was collapsing. Faced with extinction, humanity united in a way it never had before. Nations pooled their knowledge, scientists collaborated across borders, and engineers worked tirelessly to turn theoretical physics into practical reality. The warp drive was crude compared to the sleek designs of the Galactic Council's vessels, but it worked. Humanity's first interstellar ship, the Odyssey, reached Alpha Centauri in a matter of weeks. The crew planted a flag, not of any one nation, but of Earth itself, a blue circle on a field of stars. It was a symbol of unity, a declaration that humanity was ready to claim its place among the stars. The Galactic Council took notice, but only barely. They dismissed humanity as a curiosity, a species that had stumbled upon technology they could barely understand. They underestimated humanity's most potent weapon, adaptability. Over the next century, humanity spread across the stars like wildfire. They colonized planets deemed uninhabitable by other species, terraforming barren rocks into lush paradises. They reverse-engineered alien technology, improving upon it with their own unique innovations. Where other species relied on centuries of tradition and rigid hierarchies, humanity thrived on chaos and creativity. They were unpredictable, and that made them dangerous. The Galactic Council began to grow uneasy. Humanity's colonies were expanding too quickly, their influence spreading like a virus. The Council's members, long accustomed to their dominance, found themselves facing a species that refused to play by their rules. Humanity didn't ask for permission, they simply took what they needed. The first major conflict arose over a resource-rich asteroid belt in the Orion Arm. The Zorathians, a reptilian species known for their territorial aggression, claimed the belt as their own. When a human mining fleet arrived, the Zorathians attacked, expecting an easy victory. They were wrong. The humans fought with a ferocity that stunned the Zorathians. Their ships were outgunned and outnumbered, but they used guerrilla tactics, striking quickly and disappearing into the void. They adapted to the Zorathian strategies, turning their own technology against them. Within months, the Zorathians were forced to retreat, their pride shattered. The Galactic Council was alarmed. Humanity had defeated one of their most formidable members, and they had done it with ease. The Council convened an emergency meeting, debating how to handle this new threat. Some argued for immediate action, while others cautioned patience. In the end, they decided to observe, hoping humanity would overextend itself and collapse under its own ambition. But humanity didn't collapse. They thrived. The turning point came with the discovery of the Nexus, an ancient alien artifact buried deep within a distant star system. The Nexus was a repository of knowledge, containing the secrets of a long-dead civilization. The Galactic Council had known of its existence for millennia but had deemed it too dangerous to unlock. Humanity, ever curious, had no such reservations. A team of human scientists, led by Dr. Elena Vasquez, spent years deciphering the Nexus's code. When they finally unlocked its secrets, they discovered something that would change the galaxy forever: the blueprint for a quantum singularity engine, a device capable of harnessing the power of a black hole. The Galactic Council was horrified. They had long feared the potential of such technology, believing it could destabilize the delicate balance of power in the galaxy. They demanded that humanity surrender the Nexus and cease all research into the Singularity Engine. Humanity refused. The Council's response was swift and brutal. They launched a fleet to Earth, intent on crushing humanity before they could become a true threat. But humanity was ready. The Singularity engine, though still in its experimental stages, was deployed in a desperate bid to defend their home. The battle that followed was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The Singularity engine created a localized distortion in spacetime, bending the fabric of reality itself. The Council's fleet was caught in the distortion, their ships torn apart by gravitational forces. The humans, though outmatched in numbers and firepower, emerged victorious. The galaxy watched in awe and fear. Humanity had not only defeated the Galactic Council but had done so using technology that defied the laws of physics. The balance of power had shifted, and the Council's dominance was no longer assured. In the aftermath of the battle, the Galactic Council was left in disarray. Some members called for a full-scale war against humanity, while others advocated for diplomacy. The Council's leaders, realizing they could no longer ignore humanity's potential, reluctantly extended an offer of peace. Humanity, however, was no longer content to play by the Council's rules. They demanded a seat at the table, a voice in the governance of the galaxy. The Council resisted, but they had no choice. Humanity's power was undeniable, and their influence was growing. Over the next few decades, humanity became a dominant force in the galaxy. They formed alliances with other species, offering their technology and expertise in exchange for loyalty. They established colonies on distant worlds, spreading their culture and ideals. They were no longer the underdogs, they were the rising power that threatened to upend the status quo. The Galactic Council, once the undisputed rulers of the galaxy, found themselves increasingly marginalized. They clung to their traditions and their hierarchies, but they could no longer compete with humanity's adaptability and ingenuity. The galaxy was changing, and they were being left behind. Today, humanity stands on the brink of a new era. The Singularity engine has been perfected, opening up possibilities that were once the stuff of science fiction. Humanity has begun to explore other galaxies, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. They have become the architects of their own destiny, shaping the future of the cosmos. But with great power comes great responsibility. Humanity's rise has not been without cost. The Galactic Council, though weakened, remains a formidable foe. Other species, wary of humanity's ambitions, have begun to form alliances of their own. The galaxy is a powder keg, and humanity is the spark that could ignite it. Yet, despite the challenges, humanity remains undaunted. They have faced extinction, war, and the unknown, and they have emerged stronger each time. They are a species defined by their resilience, their creativity, and their unyielding spirit. They are the wild card in the cosmic game, the force that defies prediction. The Galactic Superpowers fear humanity's potential, and rightly so. For humanity is not just a rising power, they are the future. And the stars themselves will bear witness to their destiny.